How's everyone doing? Today I'm going to be doing Certified Menace on Anton Chigurh from the movie No Country for Old Men. So basically this movie starts off with, not sure if it starts off with, but that's the first scene I have down. So the first scene I have down anyway is Anton gets arrested. So he gets taken to the police station. After the guy is done talking to his, the officer on the other side about the gay sleeper of that night, Anton Chigurh gets, he had his cuffs, basically he was sitting on a bench behind the guard, and his cuffs were behind him, and he manages to, get them, underneath his legs and basically have him out like this. So he basically sneaks up on the guard, puts the cuff around his neck, and then he takes him to the ground. They basically start playing tug of war for the wheel of life. And then the next scene cuts to a guy that's being basically pulled over by a cop, but whoever steps out, that's not a cop, it's Anton Chigurh. He was impersonating a cop, so he walks up to the guy's window, tells him to step out of the car. Guy's like, why the fuck do you want me to step out of the car? Anton Chigurh is like, just step out, mate. And then basically the guy steps out. Anton tells him to hold still, and he basically has this gas canister in a tube. I think it's like a bolt gun or some shit. It's the weirdest fucking bolt gun I've ever seen. And he basically puts the tube end to the guy's forehead and presses the button, and your man just dies. He kills him. So we cut back to this the main character of this movie, and for context, basically this guy whose name is Llewellyn Moss, he was hunting for deer basically, and he came across a drug deal that gone wrong, and what he found in that drug deal was a briefcase of 2 million cash. So what's that greedy fucker gonna do? He's obviously gonna take it for himself. It's 2 million quid, wouldn't you? So he noticed he also found a guy that was barely alive in this car, and he didn't, he felt, later on that night, Llewellyn Moss felt bad about him, so he went back to the same site at night and basically wanted to bring him some water. But then when he showed up at the site, the guy was dead. So then he turns back to the hill, and he notices where his truck is. There's another car, and there's more people there, and they also deflate his tires. So what Llewellyn Moss does is he hides underneath the truck as the car is driving down towards where he is and basically trying to shoot at him. The car drives a little bit more forward, and Llewellyn Moss hops out from under the truck, I think, that he's under, and then he starts running as the car is chasing him. The person on the top, he shoots him once, he misses again, he cocks that shit back, he shoots him again in the shoulder. So Llewellyn Moss Humpty Dumpty's his way down a little mound, and then there's a lake. So Llewellyn Moss hops in the lake and he's swimming away. They try to shoot him, they miss, so then they let out the canine units basically. It's just a little pit bull, and the pit bull basically, this pit bull is dedicated as fuck, by the way. This pit bull is acting as if Llewellyn Moss took his chew toy and started playing with it in front of him, because he hops in the water and then starts swimming after Moss, and Moss nicked a gun from the guy that he met in the car earlier on, so he takes that out once he gets out of the water, reloads it, and just as the dog is about to give him rabies, jump at him and bite him, he shoots him midair. So Anton basically goes back to this site where Llewellyn Moss was, and he's basically with 2 other guys, and they're looking for the money pretty much, and one of them gives him the transmitter, and he basically has one of them to hand him a flashlight, and what he does is just activate, he toggles on friendly fire and just caps them both off because he doesn't like them. And then we get to the next scene where Anton's basically after Moss now, because Moss has the money and Anton wants that for himself. And basically Moss is chilling at this motel. Anton pulls up to that same motel. He opens a door. There's a Mexican in the room. He shoots him twice. He shoots his arm off as he tried to go for his gun, and he shoots him again because Anton doesn't fuck with illegals. So then he shoots the wall again because he thought there'd be someone inside the walls, and then another Mexican opens up the door, and Anton shoots him again as the Mexican's firing off a load of bullets, and I think some of the bullets hit the scene. So at this point Moss knows something's up, so he notices in the bathroom mirror that someone's hand moved away. So then he looks and he sees a Mexican in the middle of his shower. And basically the Mexican is just there please don't shoot, I don't want to lose my balls. So then Anton Chigurh basically covers the curtain and then shoots him because he's all about cleanliness and sanitization. He doesn't want to get all that shit all over him. So we cut to Moss, who's checked into another hotel, because when Anton was in the other motel, when Moss heard the shots, he hid his briefcase in the ventilation system. He took that shit out, and then he hopped into a different motel pretty much. So he's checked into the motel, and he finds, oh shit, there's a transmitter in this briefcase. He lays it down on the nightstand because now he's found out that Anton Chigurh is basically tracking him through Bluetooth like a speaker. So he's sitting there as he hears footsteps, as he hears distant beeping in the hall. He's just sitting there with his gun waiting, and then Anton Chigurh steps right outside of his door, and then there's a couple of seconds for a bit, and then the fucking door gives birth to a lock baby because Anton Chigurh takes the the bolt pistol and puts it to the lock cylinder, and he pops it out, and then Moss immediately shoots the door. He tries to hop out the window. Anton Chigurh also fires back, barely missing, by the way. He barely scraped past him. Just as Moss was out the window, Moss slaps onto the ground, clumsy fuck. And then he goes back into the building because he wants to die. He wants to go through to the back of the building. He goes out the back of the building, and Anton Chigurh shoots him, hitting him in the side. So then Moss is hiding by a wall, and he sees a truck pull up in the distance. So then he goes to that truck. Basically, he's gonna get that guy to drive him away. But before he could even say anything, Anton Chigurh already had his dead eye on him and just shot him. He capped him off. He basically killed him. So then Anton keeps shooting at Moss, who's in the car. So Moss tries to, I think he tried to run him over because he ducks under and he starts driving the car. He starts doing legally blind driving, and then he crashes into another car like he's doing special ed driving lessons. He hides behind a parked car, and he notices in the reflection Anton Chigurh is approaching. He's gonna see, is Moss dead? Is Moss alive? So then he takes his opportunity, hop out of his hiding, and shoot at Anton, who ducks behind the car. So then Moss starts disrespecting the fuck out of someone's car and just starts shooting it. He deflates one of the tires, and he notices Anton is left, and he's also left his gun behind. So pretty much they had a standoff, and Moss won that. I'm very sure. I'm not very sure. He did fucking won that. The evidence is in the pudding. Anton literally left. Anton Chigurh is chilling in his car, and he starts cutting up his clothes because he prefers to be a nudist. So he basically cuts a bit of his shirt off, turns into a rag. He dips into someone's car and trying to soak it up in gasoline, and then he puts it back in the car, and then he puts a lighter up to it. He's walking into a pharmacy, and the car goes boom. There's a whole commotion. Everyone is distracted, which gives Anton Chigurh ample opportunity to rob the pharmacy. And then Anton goes back to a motel room, basically fixes himself up. So then there's this bounty hunter. I'm pretty sure he's a bounty hunter anyway. He visits Moss in the hospital and basically offers Moss to kill Anton Chigurh, but he's gonna have to give him some of that money. But apparently Moss already spent on strippers and alcohol and blew the rest on fentanyl or crack or some shit. Even though Moss has a wife, so bro likes the bachelor life, I guess. So then we cut to him going into a motel room. I actually have no idea where the fuck he just showed up at a motel room, but anyways, he goes to a motel room. Anton Chigurh follows him upstairs, and he takes him to his motel room. So then they're sitting in the hotel room, and they're having a friendly conversation about what's gonna happen if I don't get my money and all. He's trying to bargain with Anton, and Anton's not really moving. He's like a rock right now because he's not really taking any offers. Carson offers him, I can get you an ATM, like there's 12 grand in that shit, and Anton Chigurh kind of scoffs him, being like, 12 grand? Brother, I'm after 2 million. You might as well be offering me paper clips and a used gum wrapper. Like, what are you talking about? So then the phone starts ringing. So Anton doesn't really have any use for cash anymore. So he wastes him. And then he picks up the phone. And then he starts discussing with Moss about, the deals. Like, here's what's going to happen. You're going to give me the cash. I'm going to kill you. But I'm not going to kill your wife. So basically, now Moss's fate is sealed because he's just being a prick to Anton Chigurh. But the least Anton can offer is, I won't kill your wife. Then Anton goes into a government building, basically storms it. He goes into an office and he shoots some guy that was sitting in an office. And I'm very sure that was his employer. And basically there's another worker there as well. And he asks Anton, are you going to shoot me? And Anton turns around and is like, do you see me? And he's thinking, and we never get to know what happened to that guy. So then at this point, Moss is dead. He got killed by a bunch of Mexicans. A bit of an anticlimactic, ending for Moss. I really wish that him and Anton did have a final showdown. But anyways, Moss is dead. Anton shows up at his wife's house, and his wife basically finds him sitting in the sitting room, and basically he's trying to get her to call it, but she's not really a fan of gambling, so she doesn't really call it. And then the next scene just cuts to Anton driving from her house. And as he's driving, another guy's drunk driving fucking crashes into Anton, and then Anton hops out. He's injured now. His arm is broken, his bone is sticking out. There's some kids cycling. They come around where the crash site is, and basically one of them said, some guy rang the ambulance. Anton Chigurh basically offers money basically to buy one of their shirts and use it as a sling. He gets the kid to tie it into a sling, and then he puts his arm into it, and the movie pretty much just ends with Anton walking away. So that was me doing Certified Menace on Anton Chigurh. See you later.